All right, guys. So today we did really good. Today we hit $300 net profit. So my first entry, I actually got in 263 puts. For these 263 puts, I felt like that they were a little bit too soon to take. Now we'll go here to my entries. So when I first took my 263 put, it was way back today in the morning, right here. So this was 633. So at 633, what was I looking at? Well, we already made this pretty long candle between this high and the low. So it was before this whole first 5 minute candle occurred. Now I was like, okay, I think we're going to play the gap. So we had a high over here at this high of that candle within the first 5 minutes, and we did not have any news today. There was no economic news. I felt that we would close the gap. Now, at the 200 moving average or at the 4 hour chart, we were already above this area. I had drawn this ascending trend line. I saw that this was hitting the peak already of the ascending trend line pre-market. As you can see, it topped at 265, and I was like, I think we're gonna sell and flush down and probably find some area of support, which we did, as we can see on this next candle. Immediately recovered, and we're on a good uptrend. So I'm looking at both 1 hour, 5 minute, and 1 minute chart. So that first trade, it was kind of like a flush. Like I sold a little bit too early. I just felt like it was way too early for me to take a trade. I said I'd rather take it off the table right now before I lose more. And then I come up with another base hit at 264 puts. So I felt that this was going to be a bit safer. 264. I took my first position here. So I was kind of upset because I saw this break right here, and I was planning to take this position, but then my Robinhood app froze, so I had to close it. And this is enough time for things to happen. My Robin app wasn't loading, so there was a bit of delay. So it did cost me a little bit of profit, but I'm okay with that. And we did trade small cap stocks today. I'm going to go over that trade. Actually, let me show you right now what my small cap is looking like. This is what I traded. I got about $20 ish, close to $20, but that's what I traded. We'll talk about that later. So, anyways, we'll have that here. So I hold for about a couple minutes. I hold, and I'm like, okay, we have a good, you know, I guess we have a good sell off below the 9 AMA. I'm holding, looking for another drop towards under 263 and potentially 265, and we end up dropping. I take it off the table here. I'm like, oh, I'm okay. I'll take it for my base hit. Base hit was $45. I'll take that. Let me just get warmed up and let me wait for a pullback. Because what I want to see is I want to see that, hey, this is going to give us a true rejection, that we're going to reject and keep going lower. Now, what I was concerned about was this 200 moving average. This 200 moving average, like I've said before, it's an area of support, really strong support. So I'm like, okay, we need to fail that support. We need to see that this is going to climb back up and that this is going to fail. Now, the 200 moving average was way down here, and we were about here. So we were just breaking the 9 and about to cross the 20, and I was like, okay, we have some room to go down. On the 1 hour chart, there's MACD sort of favoring it, but you can see it recovered. And on the 5 minute, I was like, okay, we're hitting that 200 EMA. The 1 minute, we're already below the 200 EMA, so that to me felt okay. I think this is a place where I can take another call or another put. I'm sorry. So I waited for this rejection at this 9 EMA, continues to reject down, and I get in right here. As soon as we get this sort of double top pattern, I'm like, nope. This gives me really good confidence that we're gonna keep going down further. So I enter in my position for 264 puts again. So see here, 264 puts. So this was the first 264 puts. This is the first 263 put. This is the second area of 263 puts I had. So I'm holding, and what am I looking at? Well, I'm like, okay, let's try to break 263, at least to 263. But I did notice on the 4 hour chart, if we go here, on the 4 hour chart, we have a lot of support at the 263 level, just under 263. You can see the 50 EMA on the left, 263, 20 EMA, 262.89, 200 EMA, 261.20. Excuse me, 261.28. So it's a little bit far. And then the VWAP was 263.68. So we were cutting close with excuse me, we were cutting close with the support, and I was like, I have to be careful here that we don't start to reverse pretty aggressively, because we might, like I said, on the 1 hour, we didn't touch the 200 moving average. I think if the 200 moving average was way up here, I think we would have a better put day, but we still profited regardless. So I will go ahead and take it there. So I'm holding all the way up until here. I see it's starting to base out, and I'm like, okay, psychological resistance 263. I took it off the table at this candle just under. As soon as it broke through 263, I was looking for a break at the quarter half dollar. That's 75, but it just wasn't really given here. It bottomed out a little bit at 87 and rallied back up, then continued to find rejection, and then I actually got in on another position where I thought we would keep going lower, because we did have another big candle up, and then that candle just flushed, and that's when I got in for my next position, and I kept adding to that position as I kept going down. And I wanted to take it off the table here, but I could not because my Robinhood app froze. So I had to sell for a little bit higher, and yeah, I would have profited a little bit more. It kept going lower, but I had to change, get ready for work, and now I'm okay with that because I had a little bit of extra. Yeah, so I made $19 extra. These were at like $70 plus for this contract, but things happen with the app. I don't know what happened. Really, it just froze. So this was around 7:21 in the morning. So right around this area, this is when things got a little bit consolidation. So this would be another good area to add for rejection. And this is where things kept falling further. And we hit a low at the 262.50. So that psychological half dollar. And we actually ended up reversing on the day. And this could have happened a lot sooner. That's what I was more afraid of, that we would reverse sooner. And we pretty much ended the day almost flat. Now, I'm also looking at this with SPY. So I'm going to show you guys SPY's chart. SPY's chart is not the same, but I like to use this as an indicator of side by side. So you can see here, it's not the exact same. It's not the exact same, but when you look at how things are flowing, I mean, SPY opened up a little bit stronger, but it also kept dumping. And at that time, this is when IWM kept on dumping as well. So the candles will never be the same, but I think the sentiment was sort of the same. And you can see here, it kept going up higher and higher. And right now it's going up because of NVIDIA earnings. I think they're doing really good. Yeah, wow. So if you guys play these, good job. But just know I use that side by side. Now for the small caps, what did I trade? So I traded the penny stock. So I traded, I really don't remember, KADZ. So KADZ comes up on the scanner. I used the 1 minute and 10-second. This one was a very quick trade. And yeah, it's a penny stock, but it was low flow, and I'll take it. So my first entry was at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. on the dot. So pretty much after at this first candle, no, it started moving before 5 a.m. So my first entry was here. I'm holding, looking for a break at this high right here, and it popped up immediately, and I took it off the table. Went up a little higher to 16. Would have made about $30, but I'll take it on the table. I'll take it off. I won't get greedy, and that was all for today. I didn't really see much action on small caps. But yeah, I think today was a good day. Tomorrow will be even better. Take care, guys. Bye bye.